Hello, this is JamieTheD, and with me is my co-commentator, Joe2,
Hello.
and we are playing a old RPG game. Dungeons and Dragons, 2nd edition, God bless it. It's gonna be an LP of Eye of the Beholder. Now,
I just know beholders suck.
Beholders do suck, seriously. Okay, this intro summarizes the game. There is no voice, so we can talk quite freely over it. And yes, oh look! A secret meeting between the masked lords of Waterdeep, which is obviously being spied on, and there are some heroes. That's us.
Ooh.
Yay, heroes. Back when fantasy was generic. This is Lord Bigiron, the Lord of Waterdeep. This game is set in the Forgotten Realms universe. Basically, high fantasy mixed with men in black. The world is always under threat. There is an evil under the city of Waterdeep, like always. And we prepare by sheathing weapons, learning spells, sheathing more weapons, and, dear God, praying.
Hey. Worked for Altair.
Yeah, worked for Altair.
Well, mostly just stabbing and praying, but yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Begin your search below the city. Now, this
Which will lead to hell.
In a sense, yes. Now, this may seem a bit stupid, but basically, underneath the city of Waterdeep is a 7-floor dungeon complex, and then an underground region of pure evil called the Underdark.
Underneath your city.
Underneath the city. Well, the Underdark is underneath the whole world, but yeah. Right, so let's start a new party. I'm gonna...
City names? Or...
Oh, no, we'll go for fantasy names. Right, now I'm gonna show off one of the characters being created to show basically how it's done. So we're gonna make a human male, because only humans can be paladins, you racist fucks.
Paladins are good.
Paladins,
they can only be lawful good?
They can only be lawful good, you alignmentist fucks. Basically, this was from the days where, the whole idea of paladin was, Choose the wizard for a paladin.
Yes.
Come on, Erich. No, we are going to choose Blondie McBlonderson. Now, here's an interesting thing.
Remember him?
Here's an interesting thing about the Eye of the Beholder system, and indeed a lot of SSI games from the period. To allow you to create your own character, i.e. your favourite role-playing character from pen and paper play, you can mod stats. So, one thing you can do, and we are going to do, even though it actually slightly shafts us, is we're going to set all the stats to 18. Just because.
Can I ask a question about the strength?
Yeah, sure.
What was the black backslash in the numbers?
Right, now this was a weird thing about, we'll call him Boris. This was a weird thing with 2nd Ed D&D. You had 18 strength, which was maximum human. And then you had the total maximum human, which was 18,100. This basically means that you can break everything, open everything, and hit really fricking hard. Now, that is going to be the only human, as far as I know. I did have a party lineup ready.
A transvestite female person.
We're going to make a female, and it will be a fighter thief. And she will obviously be good.
Wait. Chaotic. Good.
Meh. Doesn't actually... Alignment doesn't actually play much of a part in this game, and let's pick the Romulan-looking woman. And one thing is that if I were to hold down the plus too long, it would just go and make that annoying noise for a very long time.
And we all know how much you love annoying noises.
Oh, yes. So,
What's
yeah.
the AC, by the way?
Armor class. Basically,
Gotcha.
the stats are Strength, Intelligence, Wisdom, Dexterity, Constitution, and Charisma. Hit things, learn stuff, spot stuff, throw stuff, take hits, and be nice. Hit points, you may notice characters start at around level 3. And yeah, armor class.
Except she's 2 and 3 at the same time, apparently.
Yeah, because she is multiclassing. Humans cannot multiclass. You'll notice that he's level 3 strict. Now, multiclassing has a downside. That you're
Sorry, keep going.
essentially spending your experience between two classes. Now, we want a... We'll go for a dwarf. No, an elf.
If you get a dwarf, you have to name it after that one character you had from Dwarf Fortress.
Chaotic good, elf male. We'll have the Tarnis look-alike.
What impact does alignments have? Or are you serious about them not having any?
It doesn't really seem to have any, as far as I can tell. Now, there was a reason I made that elf male a single-class cleric. And we shall call him Melchior, why not? That's normally a wizard's name, but sod it. Yeah, I thought they had a wisdom bonus, but sod it. Anyway, we need a human, an elf, and a dwarf for definite. So,
Dwarf female.
Oops.
Did Jamie mess up?
Jamie messed up. Oops. Fighter mage, then. Neutral good. This time we'll go with Beardy McBearderson.
But we already have Beardy McBearderson.
Yeah, only fighters can have 100 stats, by the way.
And then the quick question.
Yeah.
Actually, no, it's not a question. For a long time, I thought Constitution was consciousness.
Yeah.
I never understood it.
Fair enough. Right, okay, that's the real Melchior. Let's delete this guy and make our actual dude. Yeah, we make this a nice, balanced party in all aspects. Neutral, lawful good, why not? And we want a dwarf woman. Yeah, you'll notice there aren't many dwarf women.
The girl with the green mask-like thingy.
Oh, right, yes, the obvious druid. Even though there are no druids in this game. Druid was a character class in 2nd Ed D&D, but they pared it right down to the absolute core classes for this game. With the exception, of course, of Paladin, who does have a sort of purpose. Class-wise, fighters hit things, mages cast things. I'm sure I should have had a ranger in here somewhere, but bugger it. And we shall call this one Elia. Why not? Because. Right, okay. Basically, there was a reason I had multiple races and classes, and that should hopefully become clear. Now, here we are. You can see that we got compass, we got directional things, although you can use the keyboard, and that's what I'm doing. There's a paper doll inventory, and we're picking up rocks. Rocks are the most important thing you can ever find.
You told me they're useless.
Not in this. In either beholder, they are the most useful things. Right, see this rather forbidding little grate?
Mm-hmm.
Oh look, you can interact with it. And also, you'll notice we only have 4 party members, whereas most RPGs like this have 6, and there's obviously 2 obvious slots here, yeah?
Yeah.
Where do you think we get extra party members from?
Don't tell me you get something from in there. In those great things.
Nope.
No.
Halfling bones. Basically, in high fantasy settings, you can resurrect characters. We can't do that yet.
Oh.
And while we're here, it's an important thing to camp and start learning our spells. So, magic missile, and we don't actually need detect magic yet. So, magic missile. Lots and lots of magic missile. Pray for spells, we go
Pray for spells.
Yeah, because that one's a cleric. Now, you'll notice the paladin can technically pray for spells, because, paladins, they're righteous do-gooders who basically are the middle ground between fighters and clerics. So this guy can fight. In fact, everyone in the party can fight. But, and this is a kobold. Didn't see him for long, did we?
No. Good question. Is this turn-based or is it real time?
It's real time.
Joy.
Yeah. This rune is unrecognized. Now, I can try swapping people to see if the rune gets recognized by anyone. No. Basically, there was a reason that we had people of different races. I think that needs a halfling or a ranger or something like that. And which direction we go actually does change part of the map. I will get into that at the bonus part of the update, which unfortunately, Arid, you will not be present for.
Aww.
Yeah. But
does anything ever happen with those crates?
No, not really. I think every now and again you might get 1 hit point worth of damage from basically... yeah, that's another important point that,
There is a crap ton of those bastards.
Yeah, but you'll notice they really don't do much, and I can attack them several times for each time they attack me. Now, that's a mage scroll of detect magic. That is pretty much, useless. Now here we come to an interesting bit.
That looks like...
bugger.
a thing.
Yeah, it's a pressure plate.
Sorry?
It's a pressure plate switch, in fact. Many new players really think they're trapped at that point. Now, we shall use Melchior to store our food. This is food, by the way, and you may notice we have a food thing. If you run out of food, you will not be able to heal, or rest, or learn spells, and you will die.
Woo!
Yeah.
Oh, quick question about those scrolls.
Yeah.
Are they like one-time use spells?
Basically, mage scrolls are one-time use. By the way, we might as well cast a spell. Magic Missile! That was Magic Missile in all its unimpressive glory. And you may notice we punched a kobold to death.
Mr. Sexy would be proud.
Mr. Sexy would indeed be proud. Right, here's another thing we can interact with. Occasionally you will get something happening, but mostly they just go, it reveals nothing. And this leads, as far as I'm aware, to... yes.
More things to kill.
More things to kill, and might as well throw a dagger and stab this guy. I'm actually letting myself get injured. There is actually a trick, which I will demonstrate later, which means that you will never get injured in the early levels if you have your head on straight. Oh, it's Melchior who's got the food, isn't it? So yeah, Magic Missile, because I will never use it again in this level, might as well show what it does. Now, in D&D terms... Oh, yeah, you can also push buttons. In D&D terms, a magic missile is an automatically homing, basically, missile of magic that does not much damage. Now,
But enough to kill these things that you keep running into.
enough to kill kobolds, because kobolds are a joke. Right, you remember I said rocks are really useful?
Mm-hmm.
Drop a rock here, and the door stays open.
Oh.
And you may notice that somebody just gained a level of experience.
Mm-hmm.
There is actually a letter there, you may note there. I'm going to copy the text and put it in a separate part of the update because it is, quite frankly, boring. It's basically, welcome to the plot.
Woo.
Which is, there is evil under the city, go kill they ass.
Why do you keep putting all the daggers there?
Because, basically, right, okay, watch this. We throw, yeah, and lo, we still have a dagger, but there's one less in the belt pouch.
Oh.
Yeah, it's an ammo thing. Basically, quiver for arrows, helmet, necklace, obviously chest armor, wrist plate, braces or shield or something. Braces, I think. Rings, boots, main hand,
Rings only allowed
offhand.
on one hand.
Rings only allowed in one hand. Only 2 rings allowed. Now, there are certain walls. I can never...
And those are secret passages.
There are indeed secret passages. There are also secret quests for each dungeon level. And this is a leech. Now, see this wall here? This wall would not be there if we'd have gone a different way. And let's go find another leech so we can demonstrate the trick. Right. Okay.
God, those things are slow.
Pretty much everything is slow in the early game. Now, we are not done with this level. That's the exit right there, by the way. But we are definitely
How do you know?
Because this isn't blind. I used to play Eye of the Beholder religiously.
Okay, so it's not. It's the same every time.
Yeah. However, basically, if you go one direction, 2 walls close off. And by the way, these kobolds will never move from this spot. They are patrolling and guarding. Yeah, if you go one direction, then 2 walls will close off. If you go in another direction, basically, you know when I was going north or south? Yeah. Basically, if I went north, I believe, we'll have to double check that in the video, and basically 2 walls close off. If I'd have gone south, a different 2 walls would have closed off, but I'd still be able to explore most of the dungeon. Now, secret objective for this level. Ding. Meet Jinsu. Jinsu is a +4 magic knife.
Woo.
+4 on the first level is nothing to sneeze at. Now, I believe... Yep, basically...
It's a good thing I stopped sneezing a couple minutes ago, then.
It is. Yeah, once again, we meet the way we went. And that is pretty much level 1. Now, here's the dick move of level 1. Oh noes! Oh wait, a button to open it. Oh noes! Can you guess what you do here?
Throw a rock.
And because Salis will eventually be our archer. Pressure plates. Go figure. And
Wait. You stepped on the pressure plate, which caused the door to close, yes?
yes.
How does put... Oh, okay.
You expect... Basically, the pressure plate stayed down.
Then what? Okay, whatever. I'm not going to question it anymore.
Right, now,
Pardon me.
there are 3 doors, 3 keys.
Single-use keys.
Single-use keys. Don't worry, we get a key at the end of each challenge. You can pick the locks, but it's not recommended. And see this very faint writing here?
Mm-hmm.
You could almost miss it. Only the strong shall pass. It's basically a series of trials. And because we have maximum strength... Woo. Meet Mr. Skellington. Mr. Skellington would be threatening, except he was behind a closed door, and we had Jinsu. You go, Mr. Skellington. Right. Now, potions are sort of color-coded. But there are obviously exceptions.
Are you going to be throwing a knife at buttons? Please
Well,
tell me you are.
I am indeed, but there's something else I'm going to be doing. See,
Wait, what?
That's an odd carving, yeah?
Yeah. No.
The dagger fits in the odd carving.
Mm-hmm.
That's part of our secret objective. Now we push this, and a hallway opens.
We are smarts.
And behind here, meet the zombie!
I thought that zombie just glittered for a second.
The zombie did glitter for a second, because the cleric power is turn undead. Which,
Okay, I thought we were going slow
obviously...
right here.
Yeah, no sparkle vampires or...
Good.
Party forces the door. Even with maximum strength, it is difficult to force doors. Okay. We've gotten everything. Now, what maximum stats does is it actually, if you max the stats, it actually sort of screws you over because you get something like 10% less experience. So I have deliberately screwed myself over for the challenge. And because I like high stats. Right, meet the next challenge. Which, yeah, basically there
Jump
is...
over the hole?
Ah, here's the writing. Watch your step. There is no jumping. It's a puzzle. Rocks are still useful. Now,
I'm starting to notice a theme here.
Yeah. Right now, if we go down here, now we'll notice we can't go back yet, but there's what we needed, right? And there's the key we need. And, but there's something else here. We can't go back. Oh no. More food, because we will get hungry, and later levels the food becomes scarce. But you know what?
How common are rocks? Or do you just keep getting them randomly?
You get rock-type things. Anyway, we've gone down this ladder to basically show what happened. Well, basically, if you'd have fallen down the pit, you'd have come down here, and you would have ended up taking damage. There is actually a secret area somewhere around here, but I can never bloody remember where it is or how to open it. So, yeah.
I assume throwing a rock.
No, it's something else, and I will actually be doing it at some point. Right, final challenge. Not all is as it appears. Right, watch the compass. Yeah, basically it randomly moves you in a direction. Right, now, this seems pretty simple, yeah? Now that's an Elvish travel marker. I'll explain that in a second, but first... Oh. What the hell happened there?
I don't know.
We shouldn't have been teleported or anything. Oh well, right. Orc Rune of Passage. This rune, whether it's travel or Rune of Passage, you can walk through them. So we find arrows, which go to Salis, because she'll go in the back line eventually. And lo and behold, more food. So I'm going to have to post...
Do you manage the levels in any way when they get a level of experience?
No, but you do manage certain things like spells. Right now, we wanted to go up this way.
What's that?
That's a sling. It's pretty useless.
Hey, a rock.
Yep, and a rock. Yeah, which we'll want. Now, we put the dagger in the dagger thing.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty much what went on there. And finally, a dead end? No, it's got a travel thing. So that's 2 possible new spells. Hello, Mr. Zombie. Bye-bye, zombies.
Just so you know, I am lost as hell right now.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What do you need explaining?
Well, it's not that I need anything explained. It's just I'm lost as hell. But I'm sort of getting it as you're going.
I'm hoping everyone else gets it as we're going, because otherwise we will be a bit balked. Right. That... Oh, I really don't want to waste Jinsu. We're going to have to come back here once we've got a few daggers. Right, now I can never remember where the damn exit is. Ah, here we are. This is now the expanded part of the level.
There's a dagger.
Yes, but it's a very special dagger. We cannot use
stone
it
dagger.
to attack. Yes. And you may notice it's glowing. Let's have another look at that. It's glowing.
Magic.
Pretty much.
Magic.
Yeah, you will learn to hate magic. Oh, yes, you will. Especially by the time we meet magic-using creatures. And there's another bloody thing without a dagger to put it in. Fine, let's throw a dart. This again opens up. Woo. And we get more food.
More food.
Yep. And a spare key, you may have noticed.
Mm-hmm.
Crap, there was something. I
Aww.
don't want to use Jinsu.
No.
I don't want to use Jinsu.
Do you get anything special?
Hmm?
Whoa, what the fuck was that?
That's the Rapid Access Transport System, otherwise known as the Teleporter. It teleports you between one end of the level and the next. And here is a very special creation. Notice it says entry level, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Now we close the door, hit the button, the room seems to move, and we are now in the correction facility. That's right, it's a high fantasy elevator. Right. Oh yeah.
Wait, you learned the same spell 4 times.
Yes. And our mage is about to learn armor, which is okay, but not brilliant. Basically, at the moment, this is pretty much what we get. As far as the clerics go, oh, there we go, we get cleric spells. Now, Flame Blade, if she was a frontliner, it would be fine, but when have you ever known a cleric to be a frontliner? Hold Person, pretty useless because we're not going to meet any people for a long time. Aid is okay, it's basically up to between 1 and 8 temporary hit points. And Slow Poison, this is what we're getting, and it will become clear.
Yes, I remember you actually telling me that one.
Yeah. Poison is very nasty in this game, and these skeletons are actually quite quick, so I immediately sidestep, because otherwise shit gets real.
Like always.
Right, now this guy should eventually give up. Right, thank you. Right, and he gives us a helmet, which immediately goes to Boris. By the way, you'll
And
never
isn't
guess
displayed.
what... And... no, isn't displayed on his character. You'll
As
never
recent-
guess what's behind the other doors.
Oh my god, Zors. More skeletons.
I know, it was such a shock, wasn't it? And this one drops a battle axe, which we don't want. Right, okay.
Then their dagger.
No, that was our Jinsu.
Oh.
Yep. That bow will prove useful. And
Eventually.
yep, you guessed it.
How is she using that spell? Is there like a button for it?
Hmm?
Is there like a button for the spells?
No, turn undead is pretty much automatic.
Right.
Right, because they have fighter proficiencies, I believe everyone here is a fighter of one sort or another, they can use all the armor without any spellcasting penalties.
There's a reason we don't want the battle axes.
Basically because battle axes are not exactly brilliant.
Slow and too slow, basically.
Meh. They're okay. Right, invisibility is a new spell, obviously.
Is that how you learn new spells? The scrolls?
The scrolls. Right. Now, there's a reason we're sidestepping, because basically it's our invincibility ticket, as it were. Because as if bloody doing this wasn't enough. Now, you'll notice that the AI basically does the same damn thing nearly every time. They will actually try and sidestep to go with us, or they will go round. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So long as they're doing that, they're not attacking us.
Can Melchior have a helmet too? Or is it...
Oh, yeah, Melchior can have a helmet too. I forgot. Sorry, Melchior.
He's gonna
Anyway.
kill you in your sleep?
So, yeah, I did tell you there was a secret passage to the pit area, and there it was.
Okay. I assume we're going up there in a second?
No, because it just leads back.
Oh.
However, this does mean we're going to be chasing this skeleton into the pit area.
Will they actually go up the ladders?
No.
Oh.
Basically, this guy until the spell wears off or we attack it. By the way, skeletons... oh, wait, we've run out of skeletons. Oops. Yeah, skeletons do actually hurt. So, right, we're in the correction facility. The room seems to move. Welcome to the quote-unquote death section.
Hey, a rock.
A rock. Indeed. We want those.
Isn't one like on Melchior or something?
Oh, no, this was forcing, not throwing. Yeah, this is why it's... Yeah, now zombies, they're slow, but let's let one hit us. I said, let's let one hit us. Oh,
I just killed them.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, finally. Now,
Ow.
yeah, this is why you don't want things hitting you. This is why you really don't want things hitting you. And see this gold key?
Yeah.
This will eventually become important in this level.
Okay, I was going to say, this is some sort of bull where you have to hold on to the item for the entire game.
Oh, well...
Because I remember doing that in a game called Deep Labyrinth for the DS, I think. And there was bullshit like that, and I hated it.
I can't say yet.
Oh, boy.
So here we are back at the entry level, back basically getting lost. And, yeah. Oh! Turn undead saves our ass. Because, even though zombies are slow... Oh, hey! Look at this.
What's the Ankh do?
The Ankh is
got-
a clerical symbol, while the
Okay.
spellbook is obviously a spellbook. Right, some nice boots. Do we already have boots? We all pretty much already have boots. Might as well save them, though. There is an explanation. And while we're at it, might as well show off how much the food... There we go.
Whoa.
Small rations will do a fair amount of basically raising the food meter. Large rations usually completely fill it.
Is there an effect where if you get poisoned, then shit, I forgot what I was gonna say.
It's okay, it'll come to you. Alright, welcome to this mazy area. Mazes are bloody annoying.
It's a good thing somebody was thoughtful enough to leave you rations.
Yeah. In fact, at some point in here, there's actually a secret area. Oh, hello!
I feel like I'm playing Wolfenstein 3D. Or watching somebody play Wolfenstein 3D.
Oh dear, I wouldn't give it that much credit. I mean, I love Eye of the Beholder, but I wouldn't give it that much credit. Yeah, you really can get turned around and... Oh, hey! Look at this. That's a different lock. And that is a way down. However...
Skype just went weird for a second there. That's all good now.
However, this is not the way down we're going to be taking.
Multiple ways down leads to different ways, I assume?
Multiple ways down leads to basically better things. Right, let's wander through this bloody maze. You may have noticed that we could have skipped all of this by taking the bloody teleporter.
Woo.
Yeah, go taking the teleporter. Obviously, I'm gonna have to go back once I've got enough daggers. Which is annoying.
Melchior looks really angry. Or just like, really just like, hate these people.
I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised in the slightest. And...
Purple sparkles.
yeah, the teleport system. Actually, I'm not sure if it's this level or the next. This level is the Daggers secret quest. Next level is...
The stone dagger, I assume?
no. Oh, hear that blub blub? Of course you can't.
No. Remember, I can't hear... The
Yeah.
game has sounds?
It has sounds. This is another innovative feature of the game that I really should have mentioned, that this game actually has ambient sound. That's why there's no music, because ambient sound.
I was about ready to just go on YouTube and start listening to a song.
Well, I would have murdered you for that.
Yeah, I know. Well, you told me before this that there was no music.
Ah, right. There was another thing. The game devs really like to fuck you about by switching your compass around.
Bastards.
Yeah, so see this corridor?
Mm-hmm.
You feel dizzy. Turn around, go forward, and that's a knoll.
Oh.
That's a knoll, and he hurts. Oh yes, he does.
What was the other thing you dropped?
That was a mace. That's a Kuotoa, otherwise known as a fish person, who, basically, fish people worship a god called Blibdulwup. Basically, think Dagon and you're pretty close.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Right. And this is where we're going to actually rest. and where we're going to leave the update for today.
That was... Wait, drop character.
Hmm?
What does drop character do? Gets rid of a character?
Yeah, now the problem is that once you drop a character, you have dropped that character permanently. Anyway, next time we shall continue exploring the sewers of Waterdeep. Yes, we're not even out of the sewers, and we've already found an undead prison,
Woo!
kobold tribes,
Woo!
gnolls who are frankly big and burly and nasty, and Kuotoa who next video will have a very nasty surprise for us. This has been JamieTheD and Arijo2. Take care, guys.